the corner where the treats at.
Is this the passing of the torch, right? Is this what this signifies?
It comes down to that front office and what they feel is most important.
The champ is here. We touched down from a higher plane. Why you landed here?
We always look forward to that week because it was always intense.
You know that we ain't coming back. We about to.
The man, the myth, the legend, Dante Hall. My favorite player growing up was Dante Hall. I love you guys, Joe, but Dante was my guy.
Get to dashing because you done on the warfare.
This episode of Chief Concerns is brought to you by betonline.ag. Hey there, Marcus Dash here from Chief Concerns. Just want to comment and say BetOnline is your #1 source for all your sports betting needs. Get the latest odds, lines, and matchup reports for football, baseball, boxing, golf, and much more. BetOnline continues to be the fastest and easiest way to place your wagers, including live betting and your favorite casino and card games available to play right from your phone. Head to the website or use your mobile device to sign up today and get in on the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, BLEAV, for your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. Bet online, where the game starts. Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Props and Cash with Jason Dunn and the Dash Brothers. It's our last betting show of the season, JD. It's sad. It really is sad. But yeah, we're going to do our hardest to make you guys some money. So you guys are celebrating with your family and friends this weekend. You can say, oh, check this out. I got a betting ticket right here. Boom, I'm winning some cashola this weekend. So it's a nice way to sprinkle on top of the normal Super Bowl festivities. How's everybody doing?
Good, man. Good. I feel like I need to be wearing a seatbelt right now. I don't know why. I feel like you're ready to go.
Yeah, you got the adrenaline pump like you're on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah, shoot. Yeah. So with the captain's chair, we ready for takeoff, you know? So
I want to ask you, so there's a bunch of I'm seeing a lot of the betting experts talk about they're like Super Bowl MVPs, and like apparently like Karloff, this is like 161 odds to win it, which is like ridiculous. That I mean, you put like 25 on that, you're winning some good money. But who, if you had a ranking your top 5, JD, for like obviously 1 being Mahomes to like 5 being kind of like the more like lottery type of bet, who would be your top 5 guys you think would win an MVP on the Chiefs side this weekend?
Oh, top 5, absolutely. Patrick Mahomes, Chris Jones, Isaiah Pacheco. Probably have to go with L'Jarius Sneed, and then Travis Kelce. That's the 5. I mean, I don't know anybody else that, Kalafdis, I guess you could put in, but the top 5, Kalafdis would be a little bit after that. So,
well, we that's the thing. It's like it's so crazy because I mean, Mahomes had a decent game last year in the Super Bowl. That's why a lot of people were like, "Oh, Bolden could actually win the MVP," and it's like it's got to a point now, JD. Whereas, like, and you're a tight end, so I'm curious what you think about this. It's got to a point now where it comes to Super Bowl MVP and it comes to the league year MVP. It's literally a quarterback every time. And it's like, at what point are quarterbacks going to have their own awards and then, like, have, like, a full-on, like, awards for everybody, not just the quarterback? Because that's what's becoming. Same thing with the Heisman. It's becoming a quarterback every year. And it's what it is.
Yeah, I think it's unfair. Other than when Charles Woodson won it, you think about guys like that, running backs, of course, but that, the thing is, that's how they made it up. That's how they geared it to it. So I'm thinking like Travis Kelce, right? If he went, be considered for MVP, obviously they'd be like, well, who facilitated this? It would be the quarterback throwing the football, right? So Travis could have 15 catches for 189, 200 yards, and it'd be the quarterback threw for 450, right? Patrick Mahomes. So that's that. I think that's kind of the
so Kelce. Let's say Kelce has those numbers, and based on what we know about this offense, so Kelce has 15 for 180.
Yeah.
Let's say Rice gets 40 yards, and then you have MVS 15 yards, Justin Watson 12 yards, no great. So Mahomes gets about like 300 yards passing. He has 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown, but bulk of that stuff goes to Kelce. Do you still think Mahomes would win it?
For the quarterback, possibly. I would be like the numbers that Travis put up would definitely have to give it to him, right? He has to get the 2 touchdowns to be like, hey, okay, he's got to get the Super Bowl for the MVP. But that's just the way it's geared toward that, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You know?
With the way Bolton played last year, I thought he was almost like for sure going to be the MVP, and then like Mahomes won it.
Too much star power, man. Too much star power. We can't let that happen.
I know. I'm trying to think. Von Miller, was he last Super Bowl MVP?
Von Miller?
Did he win it the year the Broncos won it?
I think
I'm trying to think of the last defensive Super Bowl MVPs. Defensive.
Let me see. I'm going to go
Super Bowl 50. Von Miller won it. The Seahawks year, Malcolm Smith won it. And then before that, takes a big jump going back to 2002 when Dexter Jackson, the safety for the Buccaneers, won it.
Well, you had co-MVPs, remember, with Aaron Donald and Cooper Kupp, right?
Oh, that's right. Were they co-MVPs?
Were they co-MVPs? Was it co? I think so.
And that was a Super Bowl, so 58. That was 2 years ago.
Just Kupp? Oh, man, I think that's what they were saying. Like, it should have been co-MVP.
That's probably what you were thinking of what it should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. That's crazy. That was Von Miller, Malcolm Smith, and then you wait like almost like 2 decades before, and then it's and then Dexter Jackson 2002 in that Super Bowl.
Yeah. Then before that was Ray Lewis.
Man, the defenders get screwed in this whole thing. I mean, I will say if there is a big chance, that's the thing. You go back to it being Mahomes. If we just had like a game manager type quarterback, and everyone keeps throwing that phrasing around. If Alex Smith was a quarterback of this team, and with the way the defense has played this year, you can almost for sure bet that a defender was probably going to win MVP if we win this game. But because we have Mahomes, the star power on the other side, it's like even Mahomes, a pedestrian, like 189 yards passing, a touchdown, he's going to be the MVP.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on the numbers Alex would put up, right?
That's true.
More than what he's done before. I think he gets the nod because he is a quarterback. It's just more considered. Okay,
yeah.
That's when we're talking about the more visible player aspect, quarterback, right? Let's start with that guy. See how he perform, and then everybody else considered after that.
So, what kind of game so you say you listed Mahomes, Chris Jones, Pop, Snead, and Kelsey? What kind of game would Chris Jones have to have? What kind of game would Chris Jones and Snead have to have in order to be considerations? If Bolton scored had a fumble for a touchdown last year, and that wasn't even the guy for it, what kind of games would Jones and Snead have to have? Multi-sack, multi-interception games?
Multi-sack, multi-interception. I would say he had at least 2 interceptions, 1 for a tub. Same thing, Chris Jones, at least 3 sacks. Maybe a couple of strips here and pulled up. So that's it. Recover fumbles. But I think that's it, man.
Damn. Yeah, it's tough. That's so tough for a defender to have to capitalize on that. To have the multiple sacks and strip sacks. I mean, and then multi interceptions, which I will say that's one bet I have been looking at as far as Brock Purdy throwing an interception. I think that's gonna happen. I think this guy's gonna be trembling in the Super Bowl. His hand you can see Chris Jones coming, and the brightest they've ever been, and we practically live in the Super Bowl every year. He's gonna be very very scared when he's got 9-5 coming at him.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to be bothered at all, to be honest with you.
Really? You don't think so?
No, I don't think so. I think he has enough kind of support around him. He'll be fine. Like I said, Shanahan will pull him back like, look, man, just like relax. You've been working this all year. He was almost there last year. And so it'll take all the guys around him to keep him, focused. So I think he'll be all right.
Interesting. So, but you do think though, if there is any of that kind of nerves, it'll be the first drive, and then Shanahan will take him aside like, "Yo, dude, like relax." You think if any, it would be in the first drive?
first drive, and then if he starts messing up like a couple of picks, then that sucker be shaky. You start looking at his knee, start shaking like, uh-oh. Hey, Brock, you okay? You all right over there?
We can only hope.
Right, yeah.
We got a Niners fan in the chat. Okay, dude in the gray looks like Frankie Muniz. Oh, okay. Well, appreciate you, buddy. I've actually heard the Frankie Muniz thing before, which I don't really see. Go Niners, and then 33-27 Niners. I don't know. What do you guys think? I'm Malcolm in the middle. I don't think I got Malcolm in the middle of me. I don't think I have that.
Well, you're not in the middle. You're on the far left. You should put yourself in the middle.
Yeah, to go along with this. Yeah, I should.
Marcus in the middle, the new podcast.
Mark's in the middle. Yeah, we should have that as a new segment. First off, CJ95 has to actually play the run from our guy Noah. I mean, yeah, I mean that's going to be crucial for this game. Yeah,
yeah.
A strip on CMC that'll get you MVP nods.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to kind of get into this with our bets for this Super Bowl Sunday. There's obviously the one thing about the Super Bowl, as we talked about last week on our show, you can bet on literally anything. The first song that Usher's going to play, the type of Gatorade color that's going to be coming down on Andy Reid after the game, or whoever the Super Bowl winning coach is. So, like, there's a lot of different things you can bet on this one. But obviously, for this show's purposes, we're sticking to the numbers. And yeah, we're going to begin right now, Teja, for the last same game parlay of the 2023-2024 season. You ready for this?
Oh yeah. Been ready. So let's start from the top here. Okay. So done this pretty much all season. Why change now? I'm going a little more safe, right? So I'll have us winning in a lot of parlays, but for the ultra safe one and this one, I'm taking plus 4.5. I don't see us losing by anything more than that. So I'm taking us to win for most, but as a safe eject button, I'm taking plus 4.5. Don't hate me, everybody. Chiefs under a total under 54.5. So I usually base this on what I just think the totals are going to be. I think on the higher end, it's going to be 30-24. If I had to take the realistic one, I'm going to say 27-23. So if I really want to hit the nail on the head, I'll go under 50.5, but I usually give myself a little bit of a buffer. I'll take 54.5. I just think it'll be lower scoring. I think the Niners are going to kick field goals early. I think even if we let them drive, we'll have a bend but don't break where we just make them kick field goals in the red zone. I'm hoping we don't have red zone woes, but if we do, we'll be kicking him too. Purdy over 6.5 rushing yards. So in the last 2 weeks, he's had 14 and 48. I think push comes to shove, he scampers for like a 7-8 yard gain. The real line is 12.5. I don't think he'll hit that. I'm going to bid under on that. So I think over 6.5 is the safer bet. I think they're going to have a good amount of third and short opportunities. I just see him trying to, run for 3, run for 4, and boom, that's 7 yards right there. I think it's pretty realistic. Pacheco, 50-plus rushing yards. Pretty easy here. They have Pacheco at 17.5 carries. I think if he gets 17, he would just need 3 yards a carry. I think that's pretty easy for him. And I really hope he gets them the old-fashioned way of getting 3 every time. It'll make our third and short life a lot easier. And then lastly, Purdy under 278.5 passing yards. So he's gone under this in 5 straight. Even in the massive comeback against Detroit, they still leaned on the run game in CMC. I think we'll get a lot of CMC. I think we'll get a lot of dinks and dunks, relying on Yak. But we're just such good tacklers. I just don't see a lot of big plays coming from them. There's a lot of other ones out there. I mean, CMC alt would have been good because he's going to get a lot of touches in this game.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think they all look pretty good, man. Shoot. Chiefs plus 4.5. Obviously, we know the Chiefs are going to win it. I got them 27-21. So the first bet's a good one. Check 50-plus rushing yards. You said they're projecting at least 17 carries.
Mm-hmm.
I said for us to win, he has to have at the very least 15 carries. And we know he's good for 112 or 8 winner. I mean, he'll be to 50 before you know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we had to lean on Pacheco, man, to really open up the play action pass. So it'd be in our best interest to run Pacheco, run him early, run him, on times that people think we're going to pass, put him in the backfield. So I do like the Pacheco 50-plus rushing yards. I definitely believe he'll have that. I think it'll be somewhere close to around 68, 70 yards. Purdy under 278.5 passing yards. I could definitely see that. So it'll go to the very next bet, 278 plus passing yards. Under that, yeah, I think our defense, man, our secondary is going to do a great job on the wide receivers. The short routes is going to be something that they're going to try to utilize as much as possible. I think their go-to, to be honest with you, is going to be Kittle. I think that's what they're going to try to utilize more than anything else this game is Kittle. So, but Kittle's good for the 10, 12, somewhere around there. But I do believe Purdy, he will have over 6.5 rushing yards on the fourth one. I think he'll have somewhere close to the 15, to be honest with you.
Okay.
But just because he'll abandon for things he hasn't seen before. He hasn't really seen press man on his guys like we run it. So I think we'll cover a whole lot of it. He'll just kind of take off running. That was, to be honest, that's what got him back in the game, against Detroit. And I think just kind of the style that we play, that Purdy's going to try to do whatever he possibly can. He would rather run the football now. I think he had some success the last game to run the ball now as opposed to put it in the air, to maybe get a turnover. And so I think he's got a lot of confidence in his legs now. So he'll definitely hit the 6.5. Total points under 54.5. I think that's pretty, to me, that's easy. I got it 27 to 21. So I definitely believe we do have the under the 54.5 yards or the points for the game. So it's a good bet. 25 to win 105 under $5. That's very conservative. Teja, very conservative, man. So
in line with my season.
Yeah.
That's true.
And Marcus is laughing because Marcus is going to come out, man, swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Come on, Marcus. Bring it. What you got, baby?
I just settled down a little bit. I did one, and I got a little out of hand. I was like, okay, let's try to be a little realistic. We're not trying to shoot for the moon, even though we are, but we're trying to have have some fun here. But okay, and mine's very different than Teja's, as most of you guys know already. So right out the gate, we're selling points. So Chiefs are 2-point underdog. But you know what? If we're going to win this game, we're going to win this game by at least a field goal. So I have us winning. I have Chiefs minus 2.5 here. So, and it was selling about 5 points there to get that number there, 4.5 points to get that number. So yeah, I think Chiefs are going to win. I think we're going to win by at least a field goal. Probably more than that based on, I think my projection was 24-14 was my projection on our show. So I do think that's going to happen. I didn't have the cojones to take under 14.5 points for San Francisco. I couldn't bet that. So I'll get to that in a second. Pacheco, 70-plus yards rushing. I think this game's going to come down to Pacheco. I said it on the show this week. I think he's going to have a really good game. There's a team that got dominated by Aaron Jones and David Montgomery and Jahmyr Gibbs the last 2 weeks. And it's just like I think the fact that these are teams that have multiple running backs. Right, so you have Aaron Jones, you have the A.J. Dillon factor. In Detroit, you had David Montgomery. You also have Jahmyr Gibbs. In Kansas City, so we've seen the last few weeks, it's been all Pacheco. 20-plus carries every game so far. I think maybe one game he has in the playoffs so far. 24, 15, 24. So that last 3 games, 24, 15, 24. He's been getting the ball a lot. And we don't really use anybody else. So with CEH just comes in for like 2 carries for 6 yards. Yeah, no one else gets it. These other teams that Green Bay and Detroit who dominated them, they have guys who could spell their other running backs. We don't really have anybody who's coming in spelling Pacheco. Yeah. It's all pop. That's pretty much it. Right? And I think he's going to pop off. I think his line's like 66.5 yards rushing. So I sold a little bit on this one. I went 70-plus yards rushing this one. I think he's going to have a really good game. I wouldn't be surprised if he has 120-plus rushing yards in this game. And quite frankly, we talked about MVPs in the beginning. I think Pacheco's and JD had him as a top 5 guy to be an MVP. I think there's real legitimacy to Pacheco winning the MVP, and it would be symbolic. Yeah, it's not a defender, but it's symbolic with the way we played second half of the season. Defense and running the football. Very old school like mentality that we had this year. Workman-like, we put our hats on, and we ran the ball. We played defense this year, and Pacheco has been without Pacheco, we aren't in the spot this year. And I firmly believe that, and I think anyone would agree with that. 70 plus yards rushing for him. So then we're going to go to total points under 52.5 points. So I was doing some research on this. I think all of our games have been under 52.5 this year. We haven't anything that's exceeded 22.5 or 52.5 on the season. I think we at the most was 52 or 51, but nothing this year has exceeded 52.5 points for our games. That's win or loss. On their side, they've only had 3 games go over 52.5 points. So these are 2 teams that there's not a lot of scoring in these games. And I do think to go along with us winning this game, since I'm already betting that anyway, I think the game script for us to win this game is going to have to be under 52.5 points. That's the way it's going to go. Not that I don't think we can do a shootout with them. I just don't think our defense is going to allow them to have a shootout. And I think their defense is good enough to stymie us a little bit, but I don't know. There is potential we could score 31 points and they could have 10 points in this game, but still, that's still under 52.5 points. So I'm going with that. Under 21.5 points. Just taking a deep dive the only time it's happened in the last few weeks of a team scoring over 21.5 points against us. Buffalo scored 24 in that game. Just doing the quick little search here. Green Bay scored 27 against us. The last other time someone scored above 21.5 points. And that's it. Wow. I mean, no one scores above 21.5 points. And I think that our defense is gonna stymie Brock Purdy. I know JD doesn't think that he's gonna be scared in the bright lights. This guy played Iowa State. He never played in any big bowl games. Never played in a really big game in college. Yeah, he played in the AFC Championship game last year, and he showed up when it mattered most 2 weeks ago. Second half of that game, he played his ass off, and I had them winning the NFC Championship, so I was rooting for him in that game. But it's a little different. You are at home. Yeah, you're close to home, but you aren't at home. You're playing in the Super Bowl. You're playing against that guy over there on the other sideline. You're playing against Patrick Mahomes. You're playing against Andy Reid. You're playing against these guys. You're also playing against one of the top defenses in the league, and they're going to be coming after you all night. So I think there's a big chance of – I'm not going to say I don't want to jinx us. There's a chance that we dominate them and they don't get over this number. So I'm going to leave it at that. I think it's going to be more of a blowout, but I think it's going to be under 21.5 points for their output. And on the other side, over 23.5 points. This is anybody who's been watching our show this year. What's our magic number, JD? What's our magic number on offense?
24, baby.
There you go. So Chiefs over 23.5 points. I think, if we do what we did against Baltimore, it's not going to hit 17-7 or 17-10. But every other game in this playoff run has been over 24 points, over 23.5. You'd have to go back. Besides the Baltimore game, you'd have to go back to the Christmas game where everything turned around for us, where we scored 14 points in that game. But obviously, different teams since that day. That ignited something out of us. But I do think we're going to score over this. I think I really, for some reason, it keeps coming. 31 keeps coming to me as a number that we're going to score this weekend. I can very well see it. This isn't the Niners off a defense from 4 years ago. This is not it. Yes, they have some really good playmakers on that team, on that side of the ball specifically. This is not the team. They're not going to be able to stop us to be able to drive down on them. Yeah, we may not score touchdowns, which is the reason why I think it might be over 24 points. But we're going to be scoring points consistently. Again, this isn't a defense that will stop you. So I think whether it's touchdowns or not, we're going to be scoring points against this defense. And over 23.5 points. This is a bet 25 to win $212.50. Can't forget the 50 cents there. So JD, what do you think about this very different bet to Teja's?
Well, he let it hang tonight, didn't you? You put your chest out there.
I did.
Yeah.
I had to go out with a bang, JD.
I hear you, man. Look, I like everything about it. I'm sitting there looking at this. I'm like, daggone, Teja. I already like it. I'm already looking at his bets. I'm liking it. So Chiefs definitely are winners, and I do agree with you. I think it's a smart bet. We definitely going to beat them by more than a field goal. No doubt about it. So like the first bet, Chiefs winning this. No doubt. Pacheco, 70-plus rushing yards. And I said before I seen it, I said 68, 70 is where he's going to be at. I do believe Pacheco will have that. He's definitely going to have that many yards. So I do like that bet. Creeping up there, that right there is like, letting it all hang out, 70-plus rushing yards. And so I do like it, Pacheco. And like you said, Gibbs and those guys that were very successful. Do we hand the ball off like we do Gibbs? Are they going to get the ball in his hands like we did Gibbs? That's the question, right? That's what Andy, hey, man, what we going to do? So hopefully we do. I think that's the way to go to win this game. So I do believe Pacheco will have over 70-plus rushing yards. Total points under 52.5. Like I said, I keep going back. 27 and 21 is where my point is for total points. 48, so I do believe 52.5 is good. Gives you a little bit more money back on that. So I do like that total points. And you made a great case. You said that what was it you said? Remind me what you were talking about, the total points under 52.5.
We haven't allowed that all season. The closest is 51 multiple times, but nothing's gone over 52.5 points for any of our entirety games.
Yeah. So I like that bet. I think it's good homework on that one. I like that. Yeah.
I got you.
You got to talk them into it, man. Hey, shoot. 49ers under 21.5 points. I said they're getting 21 points. They're not going to get any more than that. I do believe in it. So I like that bet. Chiefs over 23.5 points. We know 24 is a magic number. They're going to score 27. Just to put, the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. Just go ahead and just to win this game. $25 to win $212.50. $212.50. And 50 cents going to help out too at extra. So we need that.
Yeah, we want that 50 cents. We want to take it to the gum machines, get some candy afterwards.
Yeah, put the 50 cents. Have something.
Are those even 50 cents anymore? I thought they're like $2 by now.
Yeah, I think they have gone up.
You have to Venmo the vending machine $5.
Oh, yeah.
The big gumballs.
Yeah.
So, good bets, man. All good bets. You're going out with a bang, man. I mean, this is trusting the Chiefs are going to take care of business bets. This is what this is.
We call that the wheelbarrow bet, JD.
Wheelbarrow bet. That's right. I like it. I love it. I love it.
I just hope, at least for this game, it's higher than the season average, which is like 40%. If
look at this guy throwing shots at me over here, JD.
I'm going to say, if your season average happens in this game, we might lose a Super Bowl is all I'm saying.
Hey, man, we're going for all the marbles right here.
Yeah, I want all the marbles. I want them all.
It's the time to show up right now. The big game is when big players show up. Marcus is the big dog, the big player right now for this. What are you looking for, man?
Listen to your Don King over here.
He's my hype man right now.
Yeah, he is. He's right now, man, promoting the next fight. Only in America.
Yeah. It's almost like they said, with MVS, Marcus, it's a race. All the bad ones that you had, you get this, race it all, man.
Yeah, I've been killing it in the playoffs. Playoffs actually raised my percentage big time. I've been riding high with the playoff percentage.
Yeah. So, obviously I've talked about this. Teja, I like the bets. They're very safe bets. Very conservative, hey, $25 to win 105. I think it's, quick bet, win some good money, easy money. That's the way to go. Now, if you're looking to, wipe your shoes on, doorsteps of San Fran, you're going out with a bang, Marcus is the way to go. I'm all the way in. They got shirts all the way in. I'm all the way in, man. I went out there, bought me some paraphernalia, some more stuff, more gear. Out there in Kansas City because I believe in these guys. I believe in these jokers. I do believe they're going to do it. So with this, I'm going to believe in this bet with Marcus. Marcus wins this bet with me. My opinion, $25 to $212.50. That's where I'm at. Okay.
We had someone actually said, someone DM'd our Chief Concerns Twitter account and said to say this on the show, but if you look at the LVIII, the 1, 2, 3, it's Las Vegas. Obviously, Chiefs are playing in Las Vegas, but if you look at the 1, 2, 3, that's 3 Super Bowl trophies, which we already have. So this is a symbol and a sign that the Chiefs are going to win this one. This belongs to the Chiefs. So
The people examining the dollar bill are looking for signs.
I know. I saw it. I read it first. I thought because we get some spam messages, and I looked at it. I'm like, that's not bad, actually.
All right,
I'll
we'll go
say it
with
on the
that.
show for you.
Anything that tells us that Chiefs are going to win, we're going to say it on here.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. I love it. I love it. So this is always my question. What other bets would you have made besides these right here? If you're doing something else, what
I'm gonna have loads. I'll have a Kittle over in yards, but I'll do an alt to make it safer.
Okay.
I'll do a CMC over in rushing yards because I just think he's gonna get the ball so much. I think it's unavoidable.
Total yards or rushing yards? Total.
I'll probably go rushing and receiving in one, then just rushing in another one. I think he's gonna get a lot of dump offs too.
Yeah, right.
You'd probably be safe with. I was thinking of doing just because I think he's gonna do so much dinking and dunking for not much output. You might even do a Purdy over. I think his real line's 20.5 completions. I just think he's just gonna. Yeah, I think he's gonna just throw little darts, just short darts.
Yeah.
I like.
They do a lot of nakeds and boots. I mean, that's when you're watching them, you do a ton of that.
Yeah.
So that's about 5.
I think Mahomes is over 1.5 touchdowns. I think
It's 1.5. Yeah, it's 1.5.
I might do the over on that. Over on Mahomes yards. So yeah, I'll do a bunch of ones. Kelsey's over in yards. Probably Kelsey touchdown and CMC touchdown.
Okay.
Not Pacheco.
Oh, Pacheco touchdown. Yeah.
So is this the bet for the first touchdown? Is that what you're saying?
No, just in general, just to score.
Yeah, you can do anytime touchdown.
I got you. Okay. All right.
I like Purdy throwing one interception, so the over 0.5 interception. I think that's a good one. I do think he's going to throw an interception this week. I mean, he's got moments, and JD, we talked about this with Bono on our episode 2 weeks ago. He's got moments where he tries to be like Brett Favre, but he just doesn't have the Brett Favre arm strength. And so what happens when you try doing that? You're going to get picked off. I mean, if you're reckless sometimes, it's going to happen.
I'm mostly worried about if the refs all of a sudden try to call it tight and start calling our guys for being over aggressive, either like DPI or offensive or defensive holding. That's one thing they could throw this entire be physical with their receivers game plan for a loop, though.
I don't know.
It wouldn't be the first time we were in a Super Bowl that got called terribly.
Yeah.
So it's not crazy.
Eagles fans would say that was last year's Super Bowl you're referring to, but I know you're referring to the Tampa Bay Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I think they let these guys play. I think they let them play. If it's something just blatant,
like
yeah, definitely. Something blatant, yeah, you got to call it. But that's what I was saying, like on the last show when I was talking about holding. Like, yeah, you're talking about we hold. Yeah, hold it. As long as you keep it within the frame, doesn't look like it, I think they'll let it go. So,
Niners are already trying to set it up, though. They're already complaining before the game even starts.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. But I think the rest will let them play. Unless it's something like you're taking a guy down and he looks like you're taking him down, they will not call it. So this will be the game to do it, man. And I don't think refs, man, especially for the Super Bowl, they want to kind of they want to be out of it. They just kind of want to let you play. I think the one that was holding on Bradbury last year, I mean, you had to call it. I mean, the ball's coming his way. You know it's coming his way. You got to call it. You got to make the call, right? So I know they said it was ticky-tack. The guy, he says it himself he did it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, no, he didn't. Why would the rest call it? Well, he said it. The guy that did it, he said he held it. He told me he didn't get caught. So you argue all you want to. But.
Do you another bet I saw, and this is one that's a lot of the sharp bettors, the professional bettors are betting on this one, is Deebo Samuel. I believe is over under for receiving yards about 58. And one thing about Deebo, I think he's number 1 in yards after catch in the league. I think if he gets, let's say he gets a couple screens here, throughout the game, 4 or 5 screens. I mean, I could see him having about 6 to 9 yards on all of those. So right there, that's not even getting like a downfield like catch right there. That right there like runs you about like 30 yards receiving right there. He gets one downfield catch. Do you think if they are going to beat us, not beat us, but if they are going to have any kind of passing threat, JD, do you think it'll be more so from the quick screens in the Deebo game? I know our DBs are very sure tacklers and they come up strong on the screens. Do you think they could get anything going with Deebo on the screen game?
They'll try. They'll try. I think we do a great job tackling wide receiver screens. I mean, we've seen it all year. I mean, that's like Trent McDuffie's. That's his bag. That's what he does, right? They come up really well. And a lot of that is because we do press. We do press man. And so when you run that, then these guys can react quickly to what they're doing. So if you're saying, I don't think Deebo's going to have a big game against us. I don't. Over 58 yards, I'll take it bet against it. I'll take it.
Really? You go under.
Absolutely. Yeah. Ayuk is a guy that they'll try to get the ball to. CMC is going to be the guy their go-to. And Kittle, I'm telling you, that's going to be – that's a mix. And even Jennings. And because CMC does so much for them and Kittle, Deebo, he gets lost in that shuffle. I just that's what I see. I see that. So he'll be frustrated. Hope he gets frustrated. He'll be out over there fussing at somebody, right? Take him out of the game a little bit. Maybe get Brock Purdy's knees shaking in. You know?
Yeah. I know this week on the show we talked about the excuses, and there was more this week, JD. No, not this week. Today. So yesterday, at the hotel where the Niners are staying at, someone pulled the fire alarm there, and all the guys had to wake up and stuff. And Tayshaun Gibson, their safety, talked about how he'd never seen the guys look so tired in meetings and stuff, and they had a bad practice yesterday, and he attributed that to the fire alarm. I mean, I've honestly, it's weird the amount of like not excuses or reasons why they're having a sloppy practice or whatever. I've never heard this amount of stuff going into a Super Bowl about a team like, oh man, like, holding the field, all this stuff. It's like, what the heck?
Man, yeah. Great narratives, right? Throw something where something's going to be able to stick, okay? And, if you just controversy surrounds you, then, yeah, you're looking for things, right? You're looking for things. What's it? Grant says it was 6:03 in the morning.
Yeah, when it wasn't that early. A lot of people, because I saw comments online, were like, "Dude, you're acting like it was like 3 or 4 in the morning." It was like 6:03, like, and you guys are probably up like an hour or two after that.
Yeah.
Shoot, suckers have been there all week. They ain't you ain't got rest, dude. If you ain't get rest right now, that's your fault. These guys should be in bed. I know that curfew for us is usually 10:30, 11. It's probably 11 for them. So if you're waking up at 6, look, you could come home and get a nap. You can get some sleep when you need to. Oh, guys, you never look so tired. Oh, I'm starting to look tired every day. I guarantee you go to practice or you go into a meeting, there's somebody there yawning. I guarantee it. I promise you. I promise. Somebody is over asleep, yawning, nodding off. That's every day activity. That's every day. That's every day.
Yeah, I mean, look at go back to Tank Tyler during the Hard Knocks days back in the day. He was snoozing to those meetings.
Tank Tyler. Oh, man.
Yeah, cut that out. Who said that? Cut it out, man. Hey, we know the guys are snoring in meetings all the time. All right. I had 2 weeks to prepare for this. You don't see as much film as you possibly want to see. Guys are ready to go play. They are ready to go play.
Yep.
Yeah. That I promise. They're not sitting there at the screen like, oh, I just found something new. Oh, new. Man, they ready. They are ready to go.
Yeah.
They are ready to go.
The quote was from Tayshaun Gibson, who said he had never seen so many sleepy faces in the morning as he did Thursday. He went as far as saying the disruption made practice later that day a little more difficult. Quote, practice seemed a little harder. Our bodies were a little tired, but I think we'll get caught up on our sleep today. Whoever did that, shout out to them. Good job. Thanks. That's a heck of a prank, whoever did that.
Wow.
They're ready to go. I'll say this. They're already ready to go Monday morning after all when they lose the game. They got their things built in. It was stacked against us from the get-go. They gave the Chiefs the Raiders facility, even though last year we never even heard that we were on Arizona State's campus and the Eagles had the Arizona Cardinals facilities. I didn't hear one thing about that.
I love that all the chatter is coming from them. It's like Mahomes said, this is like a business trip.
Yeah.
It's a business trip, and for them, it's more of like a leisure. It sounds like a leisure, like pissed off about their experience trip.
Yeah,
I guarantee if you went to the Chiefs, there would be several things they could probably complain about and bring up, like, hey, yeah, but we don't worry about that. We continue to play. We focused on
your business.
Yeah, that's right. This is a business trip. This is what we're here to do. Yeah, hey, I've been having poppy seeds. I haven't been getting my oatmeal in the morning. Hey, guess what? Somehow I'm near the elevators, and elevators run up and down all day. I haven't had any sleep, But hey, guess what? I'm still here. So there's plenty of things that guys can bring up. But when you're a winner, you're a champion. You don't have to, right? You don't live there. It's not what we do. We don't make excuses. Okay. Got a great book that says that. Now, what does it say? No excuses. Period. Pure and simple. It just says no excuses. Plain and simple.
No excuses. Play like a champion.
Play like a champion. I love it. That's what we need to do. We're gonna get my book.
Yeah. The seeing all this stuff come out is so crazy. Is it the book? No excuses.
No excuses. Power of self-discipline. Have some discipline. How about that? Have some discipline. Come on. That's a discipline.
Well, I wonder if this all has something to do with the fact that the Niners haven't played away from home since the Commanders week 17. It's been a while.
Wow, it's a long time.
So we're used to it at this point. We're playing our third road game in a row, really. Fourth. Right.
Well, I mean, it depends on how you see Allegiant Stadium. Some actually say it is a home game for us based on our numbers inside that stadium. So some would say.
But it's just interesting though. We're kind of used to it. We've spent our last 2 weeks in, Buffalo and Baltimore. Yeah. So the amenities in Vegas is amazing.
Yeah. Arrowhead West is what our people in chat. Yeah, that's what they call it. Arrowhead West Allegiant Stadium. Yeah, undefeated in that bad boy. Yeah, I will say the one thing about hearing all this stuff, and like you said, Mahomes said treat like a business trip. I'll fly everybody out to Vegas. That's what he said. I'll fly everybody out to Vegas for a good old time together. But this is just a business trip.
Business trip, man. You go to Vegas anytime. Yeah, anytime. Okay, sure. So it's only a 2.5 hour flight from Kansas City.
You have all off season to do that.
Right.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, that'll do it for our betting show. We hope everyone places the wagers this week and makes some cash. And the beauty about Teja and I's bets, if you take Teja's bets, you're probably going to hit on my bets. I think there are 2 or 3 of them are kind of tied together. He just has a little bit more insurance on some of the points there with our in the yards. But yeah, we hope you guys enjoyed our betting show that we launched this year. We thought it was a hit, you guys. We had a lot of our Chiefs. There you go. You gonna place that? You gonna place that somewhere, JD?
I'm placing this. This is what I'm placing. Okay, this right here is gonna be my bet. All right, now place it. Okay, so it's going. So, all right.
There we go.
50 and 50. How about that?
There you go.
Yours and Marcus.
All right.
Make some cash, baby.
Yeah. Look, the wifey says she claps. Yeah.
So, there you go.
Quick reaction right there.
Hey, quick clap. They're gonna make us some money, sweetie. They're making us some money, okay? All right. Marcus and Teja making us some money. So
turn that 15 to 300, baby. Let's do it.
Sir. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So I'm just giving post game live show or Too Drunk. Now we'll be doing a post game show where we're gonna do a post game show right here on YouTube after the game. Obviously, there's gonna be post game speeches and stuff. I'm sure we're all gonna want to watch that, and I think JD's gonna have a party. So, probably give about 20 to 30 minutes after the game is completed for us to be on the channel. But yeah, we'll be right back here after the game on Sunday. And then Monday, we'll have our Monday morning tight end show. JD's going to break down what he saw from the game on Sunday as far as grades, position groups for the last grade show of the season. And then Tuesday, we'll have a Bleacher Reports. got us talking about offseason stuff already. So Tuesday, we're going to have a pre-offseason little look into things. That'll be Tuesday. But we'll give you guys more information on that on Monday. And then, of course, Wednesday, JD will be going to the parade. I know someone asked that in the chat. JD will be at the parade. I'll be in DC still. So I will not be in Kansas City for the parade, but we'll have our normal show, our midweek show that night. I don't know if JD will stop in for that, but he might stop in, give us a little lowdown on what he saw at the parade Wednesday during the day. But yeah, guys, we hope everybody enjoyed the season of our betting show. We hope everybody enjoys the game on Sunday, and we'll see you guys Sunday after the back-to-back.
Absolutely.
See you
Teja brothers, y'all done an awesome job with this betting. Awesome job. Okay.
Thanks, man.
Love you guys, man.
Love
You
you
too, brother.
Thanks,
Going
man.
for the money. We're going for it.
Let's go for it.
Let's get it, Susan. Let's make that money, Susan.
Money. How about those Chiefs, baby? Let's go.
Chiefs.
Go.
All right, guys. Love you guys. We'll see you guys Sunday after the game. Let's get this dub, everybody.
Laters.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.